morning, everyone. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the size of your dreams or the difficulty of your challenges? Maybe you have longed for quick success, only to realize that true progress takes time. This is a lesson I have learned repeatedly, and one that continues to inspire me with the teaching 이소성대 in Korean, translated to through the small, accomplish the great, from Master Sotaesan's teaching. Let me read the verse. The founding master said, "A foolish person tries to attain great wisdom that transcends the ordinary and surpasses the sages as soon as they have the first hint of awakening. But this is a completely wrong idea. The water that fills the great ocean is the accumulation of small drops. The great soil of mountains and fields is the accumulation of small dust motes. The achievement of the great fruition of all the Buddhas and sages is the accumulation of merit in the formless and invisible mind. Those who aspire to great practice and who have initiated a great enterprise must start by accumulating merit in small matters." This teaching is profound, its simplicity. It reminds us that progress, whether spiritual practice or everyday life, is built upon the accumulation of small, consistent actions. Have you ever been so eager to accomplish something that you wanted instant results? Yet, when faced with challenges, you might have felt discouraged or doubted your ability to succeed. Success is not about taking giant leaps, but it's about taking small, steady steps every day. I experienced this truth firsthand in the journey of learning English. One day, as a middle school student, I came across the proverb, "Slow and steady wins the race." Even though I didn't know the meaning that much, but it resonated deeply with me. And I began to writing down on the first page of every notebook as a daily reminder. Much like spiritual practice, language learning tested my patience. In Korea, advertisements promising quick results in English were everywhere. Master English in 3 months. Speak like native speaker for 6 months. I too was tempted by these shortcuts, but I realized that no method could replace the value of consistent, steady effort. Years later, as a military officer, I dreamed of studying English abroad in English-speaking countries. I saved up money for that dream, but instead of focusing on studying, I became preoccupied with finding the perfect place, perfect country. I spent countless hours to read articles and forums and reviews and sent countries emails to ask about questions who studied that country in Korean, not even in English, everything in Korean. I thought that the perfect location would determine my success. And one day I received many replies, but one day I received a special reply that changed everything. He wrote, "There is no such thing as perfect conditions for learning language. What matters isn't where you go, but how you study while you are there. Instead of searching for the perfect place, use that time to memorize even one more word. That will be far more beneficial." After reading that reply by email, that shifted my mindset. I stopped searching and chose a place where my sister recommended before. When with my focus shifted from external conditions to consistent effort, I stopped worrying about the future and simply did what I could do every day at the time. Within 1 year, I delivered my first English Dharma talk at Philadelphia Temple as a One Institute student. My English wasn't perfect, but I could share the Dharma because of the steady effort I had put in. Reflecting on this, I realized that my improvement was not solely due to living in the UK for 10 months, but because of the small, consistent actions I took, like watching American TV show Friends every single day without skipping. I watched those episodes, each episode more than 20 times for 10 seasons. So it wasn't about revolutionary method, but it was about showing up and practicing steadily. This principle applies to spiritual practice as well. It's easy to think that the temple, teacher, or tradition we choose will define our spiritual growth. But the truth is, what matters most is how we practice. Meditation is a good example. Sitting quietly for a few minutes every single day may not seem like much, but over time, those small moments strengthen our ability to remain calm and present even in difficult situations. Think about how often we react impulsively with sensory conditions, challenges, whether it's anger, fear, or frustration. A strong mind cultivated through small acts of practice allows us to pause, reflect, and respond with clarity and kindness. This kind of strength doesn't come overnight. It's built step by step. In our daily lives, small actions can have profound effects. When you feel anger rising, pause, reflect before reacting. Show kindness in small ways. like yielding to a car in traffic. Take a moment during prayers to think of others who are struggling. These small acts may seem trivial, but they accumulate over time, shaping the mind and building a foundation for compassion and mindfulness. Just as the ocean is consists of countless drops of waters and mountains of tiny dust particles, our growth, spiritual or otherwise, is the result of small, consistent actions. These efforts don't just change us as individuals, they ripple outward, shaping the communities around us. Imagine if everyone paused to reflect on their emotions, practiced mindfulness, and extended small acts of kindness every day. The impact would be transformative, not just for us, but for the world. As we move through this year, it's natural to feel impatient or discouraged about our goals. Maybe you resolve to meditate every single day, improve your relationships, or pursue professional dream. But life got in the way. Let me remind you, it's not about perfection, it's about persistence. Let us take one small step today, no matter how insignificant it might seem. Let us commit to it, nurture it, and trust that these small actions will grow into something extraordinary. Over time, we will find that what once seemed impossible is now within our grasp. Master Sotaesan said, "The great ocean is formed by small drops, and great mountains by tiny dust mulch." Whatever your goal, spiritual, personal, or professional, start small, stay consistent, and have faith in the journey. Let's walk this path together, encouraging one another to embrace patience and consistency as we build a new year, a meaningful year, one day at a time. Thank you.